I get it. Your dream life feels like it's slipping away. It's causing anxiety. It's almost the end of the year. You lack consistency. You lack discipline. You feel like you don't have the resources to get yourself out of this rut. And you're asking yourself, is this what self sabotage looks like? Yes. Yes, it is. But you clicked on this video, and on this side of the internet, we are getting hotter and smarter. Welcome everyone to this space for the girls who want more from life by demanding more from themselves. We are creating our dream lives from the inside out, from scratch. And this is an introductory video to this series that I'm going to be doing on YouTube for for the winter arc. I can't wait to be able to share my experiences and knowledge with you when it comes to getting hotter and smarter and essentially just being a well-rounded woman. I really wanted to make this introductory video to getting hotter and smarter because we're going to be discussing loads of things from beauty to aesthetics to style to fashion to makeup to self-confidence to self-awareness to discipline, to consistency, manifestation. We're going to be reading books as well as getting to know ourselves really well. In this video as well, I'm going to be talking about the harsh truths of getting hotter and smarter because I just haven't seen anyone talk about it. So let's get started. The reason why I'm making a series on getting hotter and smarter because I felt like this has been the quintessential essence of what I've been striving for most of my life. In some way, however you want to flip it, twist it, and reverse it, I have somehow been trying to get hotter and smarter. I've gone on a really intense journey in the last 4 years of my life of really like just deconstructing my beliefs, working with my mentor and like really understanding myself. I have completely changed who I am, like inside. And I feel like it's gotten to that point where now my outer world needs to start reflecting the things I've been learning. I've literally just graduated and I'm ready now to just put myself out there in a way that's authentic to how I am now. And I can't wait to share this series with you. This series is so important for the girls who want to be well rounded, for the girls who don't have one particular interest, for the girls who want to know more than it's more to them than just surface level stuff and which I think is mostly every girl. I think at the end of the day, it's about diving in deep with yourself first and then in other areas of your life and the things you want to pursue. I feel like your external life 100% does reflect on what's going on internally, and is literally because of your outlook and your perspective. The meanings that you're attaching to things um, is a result of like what's going on within you. You only look at things from the lens that you have. And I was in a place where, child, I was just so sick of myself, like in a way that I was just tired of the repetition, learning the same lessons. And, I could feel God telling me, like, you're going to keep learning these lessons until you make different choices. So, yeah, I'm making different choices now. Like, I can't be asked. I honestly can't be asked. I'm not putting myself into things that I don't want to be in anymore, just saying no and just attaching different meanings to things, empowering myself in a way that I don't feel like I'm helpless and I can't get myself out of the rut. I can't get myself out of my consistent like ruminating thoughts that serve no benefit to my life whatsoever. So, and I know I'm not the only one dealing with this. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this. I want to talk about this. I've always been the kind of girl who's had loads of interest. One thing was never enough for me. I never felt satisfied by just learning one thing. I've never been satisfied by just focusing on one thing at a time. Obviously, there are seasons where you do need to focus on one thing, but as human beings, you evolve, you have different interests, things change. And I've tried to honor that side of myself. And I know there are other girls who are experiencing the same thing, the girls who feel like they don't actually fit in a particular place. They don't, they want to know this and they want to know that as well. Or they want to be hot and smart, or they want to like, be hot, but it's like a different type of hot. The mixing pot is what makes you unique, what makes you you. We're going to experience life to the fullest and we're going to be our full self, no matter how terrifying that is, showing up as our true selves, and no matter how terrifying it is for other people. Because let's be honest, the girls who are fully embodied in their womanhood, in themselves and their identity and their identities, right? Oh my goodness, you will trigger so many other people who can't understand, you know, how you can be this and that. Like they look at you like you're an enigma. People literally malfunction. So this is a space for the girlies who are like that. So join me, because hot and smart girls get what they want. I've had the privilege of competing in national and international pageants, and I've won some titles. I remember doing an international global pageant in Mexico, and there were over 60 women around the world, beautiful, right? I was competing against all of these women, and I remember just, you know, taking a moment to observe. Obviously, I learned so many things from this pageant, and it was very scandalous for reasons I would probably share in another video. But I remember like observing how many beautiful women there were, right? And this is little old me coming from London City, um, barely traveled, and I was just like, yeah. When you want to get to top 10, there's a Q&A, right? They want to know what's going on up here. They want to ask you questions to see what are your views on the world, because the looks ain't gonna cut it only, right? Because there are 60 other beautiful women. That's when I realized that beauty on this planet is in abundance. We thank God. But at the same time, you need more. You need more than just beauty. And yeah, I got into the top 10 and they asked questions and I loved it. As soon as I got to the Q&A stage, I was like, yeah, I'm good. Like literally, I remember my first pageant, when I got into the Q&A section, I was like, I'm winning this. No shade, no tea. I was like, I'm winning this, because one thing I can do is talk. Okay, I could talk. I had my stats ready, but anyway, I loved being in a space like that, because yes, it was a competition, but I really got to see the beauty of women. It made me appreciate so much more of the importance of being a whole human being, a whole woman, and having more to you than just the externals. Of course, the externals is important, like, you know, get into it. But at the same time, there has to be a lot more that you have to offer to the world, because it's about the lasting impact you're going to leave on this planet and to the people around you and how you feel about yourself. And for me, I would say, on my endeavor to learn more and learn more about myself and the world, has proven fruitful in these past 4 years than anything. I'm so thankful to my younger self for taking a chance and being so curious about life. Like, there was a phase where I was just obsessed. I was so curious. Curiosity was my word. It builds your character up. You start to see things from a bigger perspective. You start to see the bigger picture, and certain petty things do not bother you. That is exactly like why, for me, getting hotter and smarter is so important, because you can't have one or the other in my eyes. But that's just me. You want to be able to look in the mirror and love the entirety of yourself, or the entities that exist in you. You want to be able to hold space for the good, the bad, the ugly, and the fearful and wonderful. That is my main goal in life. And that's why we're getting hotter and smarter. I feel like hotter and smarter. Oh, it's just, when I heard that, I said, yeah, this is it. And I don't think no one's talking about it in the way that it needs to be talked about. I feel like a series needs to be done on it, hence why I'm introducing it to you. Some of the harsh truths of becoming hotter and smarter. The first one I'm going to talk about is discipline. I mentioned that already. Discipline is so needed, because at the end of the day, it is a way of life. It is practice. It takes discipline to want to keep learning. It takes discipline to finish a book. It takes discipline to finish a course and to maintain your hair. It takes discipline to maintain your look and maintain like healthy skin. To do the research to be able to know what you need, know what your hair needs, know what your body needs, you know. Another harsh truth I feel like as well is like understanding your why. If you don't know your why and the reason why you want to do this, it's going to be so easy for you to be swayed left and right. I journaled everything when it came to my journey of why I want to acquire my dream life, what my dream life looks like, why do I want this dream life, what are the reasons, you know, and interrogate those answers deeply, because then, you know, sometimes you might come up with a superficial answer in the beginning, or a really vague answer in the beginning, but the more you interrogate, the more you keep going deeper and deeper into that answer, then you actually realize the thing that is so specific to you. And it's okay if it's, you know, I just want to be rich. But why? You know, did you grow up in poverty? Do you feel like you need certain things that so that your kids can live in a better life? Is it because you want to be able to look after your parents, like, or do you just want to splash out and travel and experience luxury things? There's no judgment here, but I feel like knowing your why is so important, because then no one can check you and you can make choices from an authentic place, and things that don't serve you can be moved to the side. Another harsh truth is that it takes investment. Like, getting hotter and smarter is not free. Trying to maintain a beautiful life for yourself costs something, whether that is money or energy or time. You know, that those are investments. And even like a course that's like, I think of two: the time, the energy, and also mentally. Another harsh truth about getting hotter and smarter is the world is advancing at such a rapid rate, right? And the truth is, this is what I said to myself, is like, if I don't get myself up and outside, not outside, like technically opening books and learning and, you know, developing myself, I'm going to get left behind, because the world is not waiting for you. And I feel like that's a harsh truth, you know, to confront, because no one wants to feel like they're getting left behind. The next harsh truth about that, I know this might sound contradictory, but it's not, is that you have to understand, yes, the world is moving at a rapid rate, and you also have to be evolving with the world as well. But at the same time, go at your own pace. There are phases. You have to do things at certain times. You can't learn French, dance class, also acting class, do a film, learn how to do hair, you can't. My mentor told me, you deserve to not be overwhelmed. So I'm gonna pass that one to you. Take it at your pace. My next harsh truth on getting hotter and smarter is that the real hack to beauty and being hot, the elixir, is you. That's it. It's not sold on shelves. It's not the stuff you go out and buy. It's really you. Of course, like, we're gonna buy the products, we're gonna get the materials, because we live in a tangible world. The personality, the essence of who you are is the main thing. That's why when we're talking about becoming hot here, it's what's hot for you. One person will say have your hair straight, one person will say have your hair natural. One person will say have your hair in a wig, one person will say have your hair in braids, one person will say have your hair curly. Like, what's hot for you? It's really about your truest essence and what you have within you and you exude. That's the elixir. That's what's going to attract the people you want in your life. That's going to attract the experiences you want. That's going to really elevate your beauty to another level. There's just certain things that people cannot replicate, and that's you. And then when you understand that and embody that and you move in the world, people are going to be asking, like, wow, she's so beautiful, but I can't put my finger in it. It's her face? No, it's her body. No, it's her skin. Her skin's glowing. Oh my god, you're just glowing and you ain't done nothing new. It's because it's your essence, it's the energy, the aura you're exuding. And that is the hack to really being beautiful, to really being hot. It's really about getting into like who you are. That's kind of like what this work is going to be more about. But that's what I wanted to convey on this video. I really hope you join me on this journey. I really hope you subscribe and like. In my next video, I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that you need to get hotter and smarter. I'll see you in episode 1.